My name is Billson and I'm an art director. An art director is someone who basically oversees the look and the feel and the design of everything that we do. So for publishing, that means everything from the front cover right through to the folios on the pages, every single illustration. I work within children's publishing, so what I do encompasses kind of books from sort of first simple board books which have no words at all, right through to kind of gritty kind of teenage novels. I started off actually not working in publishing, not really knowing what I wanted to do after I left college, having done a sort of graphics degree. And it was actually through a kind of series of fortuitous connections and conversations with people that I got the opportunity to go into publishing as a junior designer. And once I was there, I realised that it was kind of combining my lifelong passions of designing and also books. And it just went from there, basically. That was 15 years ago, and I've slowly worked my way up the ladder. I think internships and work experience are incredibly important. But what I would say is really key is making sure that you find the right ones for you. If you just sort of a scattergun approach isn't necessarily going to stand you in good stead. If I'm looking at a portfolio or a CV of someone who just has 10 different internships all over the place, that immediately strikes me as someone who doesn't really know what they want to do. I want people who have a passion for what they want. What makes people stand out for me, it's their portfolio, it's seeing that the kind of design they do really fits our publishing, and it's their character, basically. It's how they come across, whether they're personable, whether they feel engaged, whether I think they're going to work hard. If you are lucky enough to get a work placement or an internship, because they are incredibly difficult to get, you really, really need to make the most of it. You need to ask questions all the time. You need to be really, really hungry, definitely not arrogant, helpful. Whatever you end up being asked to do in your time in that company, be it order a bit of stationery or design the front cover for the latest bestseller, you need to do that. You need to do it with good grace, but you also need to do it in the absolutely best way you can, and that was what will get you noticed, basically. People will remember you for being enthusiastic, helpful and engaged. Number one is appearance matters. I recruit for design roles, and the first thing I see is a CV and a covering letter. And if that CV and covering letter don't look good, then I'm just not interested in what it says, basically. That's your showcase to me to prove that you can design, so make sure it looks good. Tip number two, smile. You'd be amazed at how far a smile can get you. Tip number three is work hard. I think, I've said it before, basically, work hard at anything you do. No job is too small. Get on with it, do it well, and you'll be remembered. My fourth tip is be honest. Be honest about what you know, but actually also be honest about what you don't know. I think that's really, really important. My last tip is engage. Engage with every aspect of the business you want to be in, not just your little bit. Everyone has to work together, and so if you focus just on your little bit of the job and sort of think too insularly and think, well, that's not my job, then you're not going to get anywhere. In the roles that I recruit for, I would say qualifications aren't essential, actually. I look, after I've looked at initial sort of CVs and covering letters, I look at people's portfolios and I judge them then on what those portfolios look like. If they've got a first from a top design college, or they've got a third, or actually they just managed to sort of scrape a school qualification in design, I'm really actually not that interested in that. I think things that impress me are applications that have really been thought through, that, you know, it's very obvious that someone wants to work in publishing and then they want to work in children's publishing. I've had people create kind of mini picture books, for instance, which showcases kind of examples of their illustration, their typography and their sort of general design, other book. Things like that really stand out for me. Be determined, be patient and put in that hard work.